Hi everyone, welcome back to another video, and if you're new here, hello, my name is Choua, and on my channel I do videos about my lifestyle, health, food, and beauty. And today we're going to be doing kind of like a get ready with me try on with all of the makeup that are either being decluttered by the end of the year or they're on the chopping block, to give it one more chance to see if I want to keep it in my collection or if I want to declutter it at the end. If I sound very congested and really stuffy, it is because I am trying to get over a cold, but I think the cold is still with me. But anyways, let's get started. I am going to go through each product that we are going to be featuring in this video. There are products that are not, so I'm just going to do those off camera. I think today we are going to start with the eyes first, just so that if there's anything that I need to clean up, I can do that before I do my base. But before we do that, I like to do my brows first, and the first thing that I am definitely going to be decluttering by the end of this year is this brow gel by Rima. It was a part of my neglected makeup video I did earlier this year, and I think I am definitely going to declutter this because number one, the wand, I don't know, should I zoom y'all in a little? Okay, so I zoomed y'all in a little bit, so hopefully y'all can see what I'm doing. Do you see how dark it makes my brows? So I don't love that. It's also a really big wand where it gets really dirty. I don't know if you can see, like, this area here is really dirty. I try to be as clean as I can with this product, but it just doesn't work for me. I just don't like it. So I will be decluttering that, but I just wanted to try it on camera so that y'all can see why I am going to declutter this. Like, oh, my brows just look so dark right now. Anyways, I'm just gonna brush this up and I'm just gonna let it dry for a little bit before I go and clean up this brow mess, because that's not looking good. I am gonna go in with this Essence Hydra Kiss Lip Oil from Kiss from a Rose. I am decluttering this because it smells like rose, it tastes like rose, and I don't like it. Like, it has a really nice shine, but I don't like it on the lips because I just can't stand the rose scent and flavor. Like, real roses, if I get it, I love it. I love roses. I just don't like it in my food and my cosmetics. But I'm going to just use this to really moisturize my lips because I am pretty dry right now because I am also sick. The weather is changing and everything. I decided to film in my living room. Of course, I blocked it off so you don't see the mess. For my health and my sanity, I think a little bit of natural lighting is going to help me feel a little bit better. I also have my coffee here that is going to hopefully help decongest me while we do our makeup. Like, look at, do you see that? It's just so messy, like, oh my goodness. I don't usually clean up my brows all too much because I feel like I'm doing better at, like, just being precise with my brows. I look like I have bushy brows, you know what I'm saying? And I like to go with my fingers and just diffuse that. It looks so drawn in. Do you see? Like, I don't think I need to go in with my brow powder because of how dark this is. I'm just gonna tap that in. I'm also going to tap it right on top of my brows to hopefully lighten it up a little bit. Maybe I went a little bit too heavy-handed with the brow gel. But that's the thing with the brow gel. I feel like you can go into your brows a little heavy-handed and it shouldn't look like that. Alright. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I have fixed the camera angle so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Don't mind any crusty dusty on my face. That's just how it is going to be like until I recover from my cold. So the brows look a little bit better now that we have sort of carved it out a little bit. I still don't like how dark it is, but think that's the best we can do. Oh my gosh, these are the worst brows I've had in a while, but you know, we're gonna move on. I'm gonna go in with my Pro Crown palette. I don't remember what this palette is called, but I got it in my BoxyCharm. And this is on the chopping block / declutter. I really, like, a part of me really wants to keep this palette, but then a part of me really wants to get rid of it because I have similar colors in my collection. I no longer reach for this palette, but then again, it's still screaming at me saying that, oh yes, Choua, you can use me, you can pan me. I still have colors that you really like. So I don't know how I'm gonna feel about decluttering this. I'm okay letting it go, but if I play with it and I like it again, I might keep it in my collection. Who knows? We're just gonna go in with a transition shade and just really put that on. Oh my gosh, you see that? Let me zoom in a little bit more and get it all up in my eyes and my eyebrows. But do you see the color pay off already? Like, what? I didn't expect to make it this pigmented, like for my transition shade, but it is what it is. We're gonna go in with it now. So I just went in with this, oh my goodness, I went in with this second shade right here. And I am just blending that out with this brush. I think I'm gonna go more like brownie pinks today, just because I don't want to do anything super extra, super dramatic. I just want to demo these products, and the reason why I'm probably gonna declutter it, or that's why it's on the chopping block. We're gonna play with some of the shimmers in here too, but I have 2 other eyeshadow palettes that I am thinking about decluttering, and the next one is my Butter London Natural Goddess one. The Butter London palette, I was thinking about decluttering, but now it has changed into the category of chopping block, because I was thinking, even though this color story doesn't go well together in my opinion, like I feel like I can't do a whole look with all of these in one look. I can use these as single shadows, so I might take them out of its packaging and just put it in a magnetic palette or something, because these are still so gorgeous. I don't know how I feel about it yet. And then I have my other palette here, the Dominique Unconditional palette. This one, I really like the color story. It's pretty pink. It's something that I would go for, but I have other shades in my collection that I reach for already, and so this one is just not being loved. It's just being really neglected. So I was thinking about decluttering this and giving it to someone who will be able to give it some love. That is why, and maybe we can use one of these shades right now actually. Let me go ahead and put Corazon, right, this one right here. Let me just put this right on the lid to see how I feel about them. Again, oh, this one's not bad. Do you see that? Hopefully this natural lighting is like doing something, because if not, I have failed. I'm sorry. Okay, I see you. I'm going to just put this all over the lid as well, and I'm going to leave that brown transition shade up on top. This is a really nice pinky transition shade, or like all over the lid shade. Very nice. Oh man, do I want to get rid of this now? This is the reason why we're doing this video, because it's to help me also think about whether or not I should be decluttering some of these or bringing it back into the collection. I think the camera's picking it up a little bit differently, but it's a little bit pinker in person. I think I'm gonna go back into the Crown palette, and let's put this one right on the outer corner and bring it in and see how that does. It's blending in. Oh my gosh, I cannot talk. It's blending pretty nicely. Very nice actually. I forgot how much I liked these shades actually, because I haven't reached for them ever since I got like newer palettes. Oh no, what if I want to keep all the palettes again? Oh my goodness, I have a problem when it comes to wanting to keep a lot of makeup that no longer serves me anymore, you know? This is a challenge. I'm gonna go in and pack that on a little bit more. Obviously, we're not gonna be able to play with every single shade in every single palette, but getting to know the formula a little bit more in this video is going to help me determine whether or not I want to keep these palettes. I am gonna go into my Butter London and I'm gonna go in with this brown here. I already know that I really like this brown. I'm just gonna put this in the corner and just give it some depth and dimension. I really like this brown as like a eyeshadow, of course, but also as like a shade for liner. Really like it for that as well. It's not the most cohesive. It's a fly! Oh my gosh. It's not the most cohesive palette in my collection, so I don't typically just take it out and play with it alone. I would have to go and use a different palette with it, you know? I'm going to go back into this shade right here and just put this right up this inner corner here because I just feel like there's not enough in the inner corner right now. Okay, next I'm gonna go in with this pink right here and just brush that in the middle just to elevate the pinkness in this eye look. It's gonna be a bronzy pink. I don't know how that's going to look, but we're just gonna go with it. And if it looks terrible, it looks terrible. We can always wash it off. I think that's all I'm gonna use in this palette for now. Now it's time to go in with another eye product, and this is my Lovecraft Beauty eyeshadow cream or something like that. This is in Quasar Goo. It's pretty creamy. Let me just swatch it for you. Oh, that was a terrible swatch. Let me do it again. It looks like this. And it doesn't look bad. I think this might go well with my eye look today, actually. But I've worn this about a couple of times, 2 or 3 times, and the color is really nice. But it doesn't set. If my memory is serving me correctly, it doesn't set. So it will crease on the lens. It's very balmy. Yeah, it literally is really balmy. Like I can feel it on my eyelids right now. And it's definitely going to crease if I don't put another shimmer on it. Or like a powdered eyeshadow, I should say, on it. It looks really pretty though. This eye has it, this eye doesn't yet. I like the color, I just don't really like the finish of this. So that's why this is in the declutter pile. It's kind of balmy, right? So it's not like a super show-stopping dramatic cream eyeshadow, which it's okay if you like that. But for me, sometimes I wanted to elevate my look and sometimes it just doesn't do that. What do y'all think? I don't know how I feel about this. I just don't love it, you know what I mean? Like as of right now, I'm looking at it, it's like, oh, this is so gorgeous, but I can't just keep this on a lid like it is with just the color. I would have to go in with another shimmer. And so that is exactly what we're going to do before it starts creasing. I am going to go in with a brush. Let's do this shimmer right here. Oh yeah, that is pretty. Okay, it's becoming more like bronzy copper kind of look, but it's fine. That's okay. Let's go in with this shade right here, this middle one on top, and I'm going to just pack that on the inner parts. Okay, I don't like that color as much as I thought I would. Maybe if I go into Queen from my Butter London palette and I just put that right on top, I think that's gonna solve it, right? Oh yeah, that's so much better. I'm gonna go in with this dark brown in my Crown palette here and just deepen up this outer corner again. But I don't want it to be too dark, so I'm just gonna go light-handedly. So the next product that I am probably most likely going to be decluttering is this Cab Felt Tip Eyeliner. This is a matte black eyeliner pen. The reason why I'm gonna probably declutter this is because the longevity is just not there. Let me just zoom you in a little bit so you can see. So I don't know if you're gonna be able to tell, but it's not the most pigmented eyeliner. And when I was applying it, it just kept skipping. So I had to go in a couple of times to really draw my liner on. I don't know if you're gonna tell, but like, do you see the patchiness, or like how it's not black all the way through on my liner? When I'm drawing the liner, like, you see, like, it's not the most blackest liner. This liner doesn't last. I prefer my KVD tattoo liner. That is my go-to favorite liner. It's waterproof, it lasts all day, doesn't smudge, and it's pigmented enough where I don't feel like I need to really tug at my eye to darken the liner. And if I start to get teary, this liner will run. So not only is it not the most pigmented, but it doesn't last any kind of watery eye. It will just run, and I do not like that. Okay, we're moving on. This is probably the best I can do with like this eyeliner pen. So the foundation I'm gonna be using today is the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Full Coverage Foundation. This one is in Warm Vanilla. One, it's way too light for me. That's my own fault. I should have shade matched a little bit better. But I don't like this because it goes on initially really well. It's flawless, it looks amazing, but then throughout the day it starts to separate and it starts to settle in places that I didn't notice that I have foundation settling in. So like in my T-zone, like especially the forehead right here between the eyebrows and then the nose area, sometimes my smile lines, this foundation will separate or settle into those areas, and I do not like that at all. It made me look like I didn't know how to do my makeup. So I am going to be decluttering this, but I am going to try this on camera to show y'all how it performs on my skin. So I'm gonna use a brush to put this on. As you can tell, it is really light on me, but we're going to just get over it. Well, actually, now that it's running a little bit, it's okay. Like, if I just bronze a little bit, I think I'll be fine. But I have tried using this with a brush. I have tried using this foundation with sponge, both, you know. And at the end of the day, the result is still the same. So that's the reason why I rolled it out of my project pan. I don't want to go too heavy-handed with my foundation today, just because I'm gonna be blowing my nose all day, you know. I don't want it all to look flawless and then boom, the nose is like bare. So I want it to look a little bit natural, and that's what I do with this foundation too. I don't cake it on. I also am not using primer, so that way there's no disturbance underneath this foundation. It's looking pretty dry, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know about this foundation. It's kind of making me look really dry. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me zoom you in so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, this is how close y'all gonna get in my face, but do you see the nose area? I look so dry. Do you see that? And then the forehead too. It's like, and usually when I use a brush for my foundation, it doesn't look like this. Like, it looks pretty smooth. But with this foundation, it just doesn't look good. Do you see how patchy or like dry this looks? Look at this area. This side looks a little bit better, but it's still picking up on like the little dryness right here. Don't love that. this is the reason why I am getting rid of this foundation, because I just cannot stand it. I am gonna go in with some cheek products now, and I have some here with me. So let's start with this Natasha Denona Cupid Cheek Duo. This is a cream blush with a powder highlight. And I really like the highlight in this. Don't get me wrong, I really like it. The blush, wishy-washy. Sometimes it blends well on the cheeks, sometimes it hates me. I'm going to just dig right into this palette here. And I'm going to, oh, okay, maybe that's a little bit too much. But you know what? I don't think I'm going anywhere today. I don't think. So let's just pack it on so you can see how it looks like. Okay, so today it's looking fine. There are days where it's like, no, I hate you, Choua. I'm not gonna sit on the face. I'm going to look patchy and not blend in well. But today, it's looking fine. What in the world? It's looking okay today for some reason. But there are days where I would put this on and it would blend in okay. But then it will start to like peel off, or like the brush will start to pick the product back up, you know what I mean? And then I have to go back and put it on, and then it'll come back off. You know what I mean? It's like, just kidding. I'm like, girl, I don't got time for that. And I have a dog hair now. Does that look okay now? I don't know. It's kind of, this area here doesn't have a whole lot of blush, but the other areas am I just blending too much? I don't know. But another blush that I am going to be decluttering is my Ciate Dewy Blush Glossy Cheek Tint. This was in a project pan and I rolled it out because I did not like it. And I'm just gonna put this on this side of the cheeks, or the face I should say, and blend that in and see how that one looks. This side is with the Ciate blush. And I don't know if you can tell, but it's a little splotch. Like this area right here doesn't have too much of the blush. Like it doesn't distribute well. Like this part right here. There's like really no blush here. And then the Natasha Denona, it's kind of the same thing where it's right here too. But let me just see if it's my cheeks that are the problem or if it's the product. See, this Natasha Denona one looks okay today. It's just, I don't need a product that's wishy-washy, you know what I mean? Let me try to build it up a little bit. Hopefully it will look better. Yeah, there's still some area that just doesn't distribute, the blush doesn't distribute well with it. And I can't have that. I just can't. But anyways, let's go in with the Ciate Dewy Highlight Glossy Cheek Glow. This is the highlight version of that blush. This product, it just doesn't, oh, you can see it already. Okay, I'm gonna zoom you in because you need to see this. It's picking up the product underneath. Do you see that? Please tell me you see that. Like, yes, it's leaving a glowy finish or whatever, but it's picking up my blush that I just put on. You know what I mean? Like, do you see that? Do you see that? Oh, please tell me you see that. Please tell me you see that. Like, what is going on? And I don't put too much of this on either when I did play around with it. So I don't know why it's doing that. Oh my gosh, it's doing the same thing over here too. I don't like this at all. Do you see how it's picking up my blush? Like, girl, no. Yeah, I do not like this. So this is definitely being decluttered. I am going to go and try to fix this because this is a disaster. Disaster. Oh my gosh, I look like, it's fine. it's fine. It's gonna make me look like I'm not sick, you know what I mean? Okay, next is my Real Her Ultimate Glow Getter Cheek Trio. This has all 3 cheek products, blush, highlight, and bronzer. And the only reason why I'm thinking about decluttering this is because I have other face palettes that I much prefer and reach for, and this one is just looking a little bland. But there are days where I really like it, and there are days I'm like, I could use something else, you know what I mean? So I am gonna just go in and play with this and see if it's going to be decluttered or if I am going to keep it in my collection. So I'm going in with the bronzer first, and this is the shade Incredible. I am going way too heavy-handed. This is the Alamar Cosmetics bronzer brush. It's a very dense brush, so I gotta be careful. Like, the pigment is good. It's just like, do I want to keep this in my collection when I have other products that I like more, you know what I mean? Okay, now we're gonna go in with the blush, and we already have a lot of blush on, so it's very powdery too, by the way. We're just gonna go and set that blush down a little bit. This blush does have a little bit of shimmer, but I don't like see it. It adds a little bit of glow, but like not too much. So it's not too bad. And then I'm gonna go in with the highlight. This I have used in, was it a Project 10 use before or something? But I love the highlight in this palette. Like, the reason why I kept it for so long is because of the highlight. It's so pretty. Look at that, it's so gorgeous. And we're gonna do the Cupid's bow and nose, and we're gonna add some glow up here and down here. That is so pretty. I know that some people are gonna be like, Choua, your highlight is to be mean. Like, what are you, in 2015 still? Yes I am. I'm not ashamed of it. I like a nice highlight face. Okay, so it has been about an hour. I had a phone call, so I had to take that, and then also it was time for lunch, and I was not about to have my partner starve himself until I was done filming. So I decided to take a break after the phone call and have some lunch, and now we are back. So moving on, we have 2 other products that I didn't get to film before the phone call and lunch, and it's the About Face Cherry Pick Lip Color Butters. I purchased these earlier this year for a discounted price. I think they were about like half off or something like that. But these are just a little too buttery for me, and I am gonna wear them on camera with y'all so y'all know what I mean by that. And if you like this kind of formula, go ahead and keep wearing it, but it's just a little too slippery for me. Let me just swatch it. Ooh, that is hella buttery. Do you see that? That is so buttery. Like, I didn't even I just swiped it a little bit and it's already yeah, it's a little too buttery, I feel like. Here, let me just try this on. I'm not gonna put any lip liner or anything on. I don't know how I feel about this. Do you see that? It's so buttery that it's... Yikes. Okay, let me just wipe that. Yeah, it is too buttery, like way too buttery. Like, I can't even get a even application with it on. Oh my gosh, this is so messy. Ooh, I can taste it. Ugh. So this is how it looks cleaned up a little bit. The color itself isn't bad. It's just so buttery that I can't apply it in a way that I want to. I don't know how to explain it, but this product is just not for me. It's way too buttery for me to use and keep it on the lips. And luckily I'm not wearing my Invisalign right now, but when I do wear my Invisalign, this kind of gets in between and I just can't stand it. I just don't like the taste. The smell itself is fine. I just don't like the taste of it, and that is what is really putting me off. I can taste it right now too. Ugh. I also will be putting on the pink one so that you can also see. Like, it's so messy. Do you see that? Okay, like, it's there's a lot. It's also a little uneven, like in the actual tube thing. So when I do put it on, it kind of like concaves a little bit. So that's why I can't do like an even application. Like, I feel like I shouldn't have to work this hard for a lip product to work for me. Can you tell how it settles and then it accentuates my dryness on the lips? Hopefully you can see that. Like this right here. It's like slipping. Yeah. I just don't like it. So no thank you. Okay, so final verdict. These declutter. No, they're not on chopping block or anything. I am not reconsidering bringing this back into my collection. These are going to be decluttered. This highlighter for sure declutter. Do not like it, how it applies. I hate how it picks up my blush and my base and everything. So this is definitely a declutter. And this one, it played well today, but I don't think I'm going to keep this. I'm going to declutter it because I have other creams and liquid blushes that work way better. They're not as gimmicky or like hard to work with. Let's see what else is there. Oh, my Cab felt tip eyeliner. I'm also going to declutter. I have other eyeliners that I prefer. The longevity of this is a no for me, and it's not as black as I would like it to be. I have other eyeliners that do a better job and I much prefer. So this is also going to be a declutter. So this Lovecraft and Beauty cream eyeshadow, I think I'm going to keep this on the chopping block. I'm going to play with it a few more times. This brow gel, no, definitely declutter. Like, no one can persuade me to keep that. And then this Essence lip oil, it only has a little bit left. So I think I'm going to keep this and just use it to prep my lips, or when I do like lip swatches and everything, just use it up instead of wasting it and decluttering it. This NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop full coverage foundation, I am going to be decluttering this. Even though it looks good right now, of course it's only been an hour since I've had it on. I already know that throughout the day it's going to start to separate and look dry on my skin. And this Natasha Denona Cupid Cheek Duo, I am going to keep this on the chopping block and play with this blush a little bit more to see if I can work with it a little bit more, because I do really like this highlight. This is such a gorgeous highlight. Like, look at that. Very, very nice highlight. So I do want to keep this, but I don't want to keep this whole thing, because what if, like, for example, if this blush doesn't work for me, I don't want to keep this whole thing just for this highlight, you know what I mean? But if I can make this work, I could possibly use it a little bit more to justify keeping this, both of these, you know? Or I'm probably gonna have to do something and like scrape this blush out and put something else in it. I'm not too sure. So this is gonna be on the chopping block until the end of the year. See how it works with other stuff. This Dominique Unconditional Palette, now that I've played with it a little bit more, I am liking the matte again. I don't know, am I going to be reaching for this? Like, should I keep it? Okay, you know what? Chopping block. I'm gonna keep this in my chopping block until the end of the year and see how many times I can reach for this. If I do not reach for it, I will probably declutter this and give it to someone who might like this kind of color story and use this a little bit more. This shade Eternal, which is a glitter, I'm probably not going to use this. It's chunky and I don't feel comfortable wearing this kind of glitter on my eyes, really. Like, look at that. That is so, so gorgeous. But I just don't feel comfortable putting this on my eyes. So that is one thing that is kind of a con, because I already know this is gonna be one shade that I'm never going to be reaching for. This Butter London, oh, I just can't seem to get rid of it. Every time I'm like, okay, I will let it go. And then next thing you know, I'm thinking about it, I'm like, oh, I don't really want to let it go. So I think I'm going to keep this on the chopping block, play with it a little bit more. If I don't keep it in a palette like this, I might take it out and put it in a magnetic palette. That way I can use these a little bit more individually as individual shadows. And then my crown palette, I'm thinking about decluttering this at the end of the year, but you know what, I'm gonna keep this on the chopping block and play with this a little bit more. I don't know, this is a I don't know kind of palette right now, so this will stay on the chopping block until the end of the year to see how many times I can reach for this and if I love this enough, because I have other palettes that I'm reaching for right now, but then again, I played with it today and it looks gorgeous. So I'm not too sure. And then lastly, we have the Real Her Glow Getter Cheek Trio. Really like this palette. So freaking pretty, but also kind of boring. Like looking at it, they kind of look boring, you know? But when you put it on the cheeks, they look pretty good, like very stunning. And so, I don't know. I just don't know how I feel. Okay, I am going to also keep this on the chopping block just to see how many times I do naturally reach for it. Otherwise, it might be a face palette that I am going to have to declutter. That is it for today's video. Thank you so much for being here. And if you like what you see, make sure you like and subscribe. Comment down below on what you would like to see next. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.